Hola, Fran, ¿cómo estás?
Hola Jorge, pues muy bien. How about yourself?
How about myself? Okay, I'm good. Thank you so much. Just another week here, ready and willing to talk about this controversial topic that is today, which is Francisco.
Weapon regulations in Spain.
What?
Weapon regulations in Spain. Who can own a gun? Uh, why don't we get some music and let's start with the show.
True. Let's go for it. Well, Francisco, you are curious about weapons and guns in Spain and everything. How how come that curiosity?
Well, unfortunately, we have been talking this week about what are we going to be talking about,
Hmm.
and we just got the news that there has been yet another mass shooting in the United States, and it's that's where the conversation between Jorge and I has started. And many times we get the question, what are the weapon regulations in Spain? So that's what we want to talk about today. And the thing is that in Spain, it's not that we do not have mass shootings, we do. Uh, Mass shootings,
The concept is different, isn't it?
there we go. The concept is different. In
Hmm.
Spain, a mass shooting, it is when somebody has, there has been more than three kills,
Three or up or above.
three or more. Okay, there we go. Except, and this is, thank God we don't have it anymore, terrorist attacks.
Okay, terror
Okay,
attacks.
terrorist attacks are on a different level.
Hmm.
So, mass shootings in Spain is when we have three people killed by the same person at the same day up, right?
Hmm.
We barely have any serial killers in Spain, but we have a very, very small percentage of what we consider mass shootings, three people or more, which is a 0.15% every 150,000 people.
Oh, that's kind of low.
It's very, very low. I mean, we barely have any. But are guns allowed in Spain? Are guns weapons allowed in Spain? Yes, they are. So,
Francisco, let me interrupt you. Let me
mhm,
interrupt you because you have made just a very good point right now. You have specified guns and weapons.
there we go.
Guns are what they are, you know that. But weapons, guns are into the umbrella of the weapons, but there is many
Mhm,
other weapons.
there we go.
There are knives, there are katanas, there are even those swords that they are made for ornamental
Yeah.
purposes. They are considered weapons.
Yes. Even
You want to know?
arrows are
You want to
considered.
know? You want to know arrows? That's right. That's right. Yeah. You want to know a fun fact?
Okay, let's see. A fun fact.
Okay, this is Toledo. Everybody knows it's very
Mhm.
famous because of the steel. The many people they do buy knives in Toledo, although in Toledo there is no iron or stainless steel. Everything is imported, but the way they make it is very famous. So it's extremely good quality. And what happens is that, especially when I have those groups of kids that are coming from schools, coming around, they're fascinated by the price and the quality of those weapons. Here in between Toledo and Madrid, because there is a constant connection regarding train. Okay,
Mhm.
not buses because buses luggages are not scanned, but when you get on the high-speed rail network, your luggage is scanned. So because in Toledo they are familiar with that, you have to have the box where you have the sword totally sealed from the place that you're gonna buy it, and then you have to have the invoice where you bought it.
Mhm.
But you are allowed to carry that in the train only 24 hours after you bought it. That's the maximum.
Mhm.
But in between Toledo and Madrid, because they are familiarized with that thing in Toledo, what happens is that one of my tour members early this year, it was a very young kid, like about 16, 17 years old. He bought himself the Lord of the Rings sword that they were made in Toledo, by the way, right? I was so proud. And then he had to leave it
In
in
costumes or
yeah, I had to have it delivered by a parcel to the United States uh, because he couldn't take it with him in the plane. They wouldn't let him. take it, So that's that little fun fact. That's why I'm telling you that a weapon,
Yeah.
even that is
Even the Lord of the Rings
is
sword,
made. Yeah,
it is
it
considered a weapon
has
in
no
Spain.
priority. It has no priority.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when we're talking about, but I think the most big one, it is the guns. And when we say guns, for us, to me, I put in the same thing, hunting or sports
Hmm.
gun
Yeah.
or collection guns or um, rifles. So all of that, it is a part of what I consider guns. Okay.
Right. So, Francisco, I'm gonna make you just a few questions. Okay,
Mhm.
quick type of test
Okay.
thing, or if you want to answer with a
Okay.
short sentence. Okay. Um, are they legal in Spain? I mean, can you go somewhere and buy a gun like you can do in many other countries?
Yes, you can. You can. There's special places where you can buy. Many times is the police, the Guardia Civil, the
Yeah.
one that has to have the control of it. So the Guardia Civil, the all the regulations about guns and everything,
Yeah.
it is under the power of the control of the Guardia Civil.
Guardia Civil, which is under the state umbrella as well, right?
Yes,
Okay,
it is
but
controlled by the government.
you cannot go there. You or me cannot go wherever to buy
Oh
a
no, no, no,
gun.
no. I mean, you need to have first. You have to have all these psychological tests. You need to have some training.
You
You
need a
have to.
license, and for the
You,
license you need to go through all the training, which includes a
yes,
psychological test. Also, you have to have no criminal records at all,
exactly.
because if you do have, then you
You're not
automatically
allowed.
are denied the
Mhm.
permit. Then it depends the use of it. So what kind of categories do we have over there?
So, for example, let's start with the my brother. He is practicing to for free shooting for the Olympics.
Oh, you see.
Okay. Yeah, he is.
Nice.
So he has a shotgun. Okay,
Yeah.
and the regulation for that it is major. Okay, the regulation for my brother to do that, if he needs to be in a club, he needs to be in a team. He cannot train wherever he wants. There in Navarre, there's only one place where you can practice, and it is run by the Guardia Civil.
Hmm.
In order to buy it, the Guardia Civil tells him, okay, which one do you want? I want this one. Okay, you can buy it here, here, here. The seller has to send it to the Guardia Civil. The Guardia Civil records it and gives it to my brother. Okay,
Okay.
he cannot buy this type of guns directly. These type of guns, they can only host 3 shots. Okay, they cannot have multiple shots. It's not like a type of thing. Okay, can only have
Hmm.
3 shots.
Yeah.
And until this year, they had to buy the bullets
Yeah.
from the Guardia Civil. Now, they for these special clubs, they have the right that they can produce their own. Okay, so they are you can buy a number of bullets from the same teams. Okay, but again, super strict. Then to top all of that, the Guardia Civil has gone to my brother's house to check where it's storaged at home.
Mm, it
Okay,
has to
so
be in a safe, right?
it has to be in a safe. It has to be not in children's safe
Rich. Yeah.
reach, all of that. And to top all of that, they research also the car because the way it gets transported, it has to be on the back of the car where no people can be. Okay, and he
Right.
needs to have a special cage to carry the gun.
Mm, wow. I have heard that, well, not heard. I've seen that the ownership of firearms in Spain is one of the most tight in Europe, isn't it?
It is super complicated. I mean, my
Yeah.
brother, it took him over a year
Over a
to
year.
over a year. It took him
Wow.
over a year to get the license to be a member of this club, and obviously, all of these clubs they want to make sure that you're okay, that you're not gonna arm yourself or somebody else. So it is very strict all the rules on how to do this type of guns, but as well the hunting ones. I mean, hunting in Spain is a big thing, and you do have different weapons for hunting. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
gunpowder, and you can have for small animals like birds, things like that, like pigeons. Right now, in Spain, as we are the migrating pass, Here in Navarra, for example, in November and December, it's the hunting season for pigeons. Okay, and with that, you need very small, like tiny, like a piece type
Hmm.
of guns. So those ones, don't ask me because I'm not a big thing into it. So I think they can have 20 inside of one bullet, and
Ah, right.
you can hand that. Then if you go for larger animals like deers, like game, okay, deers, those, all of that, the rifles you can buy, again, you need to be uh,
You need to have your
psychological.
license for
You need
that.
to have your license, the whole thing. Uh, and this goes by region, okay, because there are different regions. And in Spain, we're a big hunting country. It's one of the
Hmm.
things that the wealthy people do and the village people. And you can, here in Navarre at least, which is where I've researched, they can have up to 4 gunshots. Okay, you cannot have more than four. So you cannot have more than 2 rifles per person. Okay, when you are going to go hunting, you need to go to a hunting koto, like a hunting area,
Yeah.
okay, where that is protected in the forest,
Hmm.
where not people who are not hunters cannot walk by.
Hmm.
Okay, so especially in the fall, I think it's the most important moment of hunting here in the north in the Pyrenees, and there are a lot of places that are blocked, and you cannot walk in because this is where the hunters are going to be hunting. Okay, so it's very very complicated to go hunting.
Okay, so it's like you said, you need several. If you are obviously a hunter and you have you're not gonna have only one shotgun, right? It's gonna be maybe you have like what you said, the maximum that you are allowed to have. But Francisco, as you are kind of more familiar than I am with the issue because of your brother, is that true that when people buy those weapons in those special armories? Um, the people who are buying that, we insist you need to have your license updated
Mhm.
and absolutely everything, your psychological test. I think you pass it every 2 or 3 years, something like that. You have to go to an exam.
It is every 2 years.
Uh-huh.
You have to have a physical and a
Uh-huh.
psychological exam. Okay, you
Right.
need to
Okay.
make sure
Yeah.
that you don't tremble, your hands are firm, that you can
Uh-huh.
see,
Right.
all of this physical, and then all the psychological tests that have to take over. Yeah,
So continuing with the question, is it true that you cannot walk out of the armory with your new gun
no,
in your pocket?
no, you cannot show your weapons in Spain.
I know what I mean is even if it is in a box, you cannot carry it from home from your armory to the thing, because as far as I know, this is a friend of a friend of a friend, that is a hunter, and once we talked about the issue, and I remember he's saying to me that he was going to be sent to your home and placed by the police. The police has the right to go into your home and place it into your safe or wherever you're gonna keep it, and then you have to lock it in front of them. So, in case that anything happens, it's under your own responsibility.
So, for example, with my brother,
Yeah.
the when you register a weapon,
Hmm.
okay, you can have the police come in at any time, any day, and they can ask you, show us where the weapon is, and it has to be locked. Okay.
Wow, really?
If and to my brother, they have come, I think, once out of the blue. It's like, okay, hello,
Yeah.
this is the Guardia Civil. We're coming to check your weapon. And he's like, yes, it's here, it's locked, and it's okay.
If
Okay,
I
fine.
mean, if the water civil knocks in my door, I will shit in my pants.
I would do too. I mean, it's like, oh my God, what have I done? Are you taking me to prison? No.
Mind
But
you, with all due respect to the Guardia Civil, I think they're making a very good
oh
job.
God.
Okay, but the Guardia Civil has that myth of the dark times of the dictatorship, and they still have that little shade, going with them wherever they go. So if you are stopped in the street by a policeman, I don't give a damn about it. But if I'm stopped by a Guardia Civil agent, is
You
when
just like,
I have to hold my two rear cheeks, like say, wait a minute, what's happening here?
I get on for it. What a fool.
um,
But yes, yes. So, I mean, and I think it's pretty cool. And my brother, who owns a gun, he's like, I'm so happy that they came home to check on it because it
Yeah.
is a weapon, you know. And my kids love my brother. And when my kids went to their uncle's house, there was a weapon in the house. Obviously, super secure, super close, blah, and the kids have never used the weapons. And they have
No.
never, I don't even think they have, because my brother is very particular with it. He knows that things can happen. So he has the weapons on one side, the armor, you know, the bullets on another place. So everything's like totally separate. But I think he has never shown my kids the gun he uses.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Are you familiar if or you know if anyone could buy anyone with a license
Mhm.
could buy a weapon on a self-defense basis?
Hmm. I
Because
don't think
I
so.
have two different versions. I have two
I
different
mean,
versions.
gunpowder, a powder machine.
Gunpowder. That sounds like a
No,
bit
no,
19th century.
powder machine. Okay, I don't think you can. But for example, pepper sprays
Yeah.
and
Well, that's
all of
not
that,
legal. That
or a
is not legal
teaser.
in Spain, right? Teasers are
Yeah,
not legal either.
teasers are not legal in Spain. So
No.
all of that, it's a weapon, but it's so it's complicated.
Yeah.
Why
I
did you
mean,
ask me that?
no, it's just a matter of curiosity because I have a version that says that those who have a license for a gun, short gun, they can buy up to a maximum of the numbers of items that you mentioned earlier, just for self-defense. Uh, um, Apparently, not everybody are. I mean, if you have a license, you are not. Protected by the law if you use that in self-defense because the constitution our national constitution they say that the civilians cannot own ammunition nor guns or weapons, okay, as long as you have your proper license. But apparently the security professionals during their service while working, they are allowed to use the only caliber of the handguns that they are allowed to have, which is the number 38, uh, either if it is within a specific mission or for self-defense. And it makes sense to me in a way, the self-defense thing, because those are allowed for politicians if they want to have one, also the security personnel that goes around the politicians if they need protection. Who else? Security officials, and anyone from the high ranks of the government that they want to have one. But of course, they have to go through all the physicals, as you said, and all these kind of tests, etc., etc. So, as you see, guys, it's really tough to have a license in Spain. Although, Francisco, I do have a couple of numbers here, which is um, only 8,000 civilians in Spain are authorized to have the guns for the purpose I just talked about, self-defense. But there is
8,000.
1.1 million licenses for guns in Spain, mainly for hunting and sports practice. I mean, your brother, for instance, right? So there is 1.1 million
Out of
licenses.
almost 50 inhabitants that were in Spain.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And guess what? Something that's doing a little bit of research, I got really, really surprised about it and shocked that up to now there is more and more in demand some personalities in Spanish sphere or bubble that they are asking for a gun license more and more. And guess who are they? The soccer players.
What?
Yeah. I mean, don't they make millions and millions and millions? Those superstars
Oh,
that we have a lot in Spain.
you mean self-defense
Yeah,
type of thing?
precisely for self-defense. If you prove that you live in an area, I mean, obviously, if you make like about 100 millions in a 5 years contract, you are not going to go to a working class people neighborhood. You're going to go to a
Yeah.
house, and obviously in a nice and secure place. But if you can prove that you are kind of a target for some people, We have a lot of Brazilians players here in Spain. So those Brazilians, they're coming out of poverty. So there are people that might be, they send people out here just to get and rob into their homes, and just in case, they are more and more, they are asking for that permission to have the guns. But that is very, very rare. Although I was really shocked when I found out.
I've never heard about it. I'm like
Yeah.
in total shock right now. But
Yeah, well, so was I when I found out. So
I guess makes some
is
sense.
that. So what else, Francisco? Tell me
What
about it.
else? What about knives?
Yeah,
Knives,
knives.
you cannot show in public
Mhm.
a knife that is larger than 4 fingers. Okay, so
Actually, let me rectify, Francisco. I'm sorry.
okay.
I don't mean to go
No,
over
no, no,
your
no. Go ahead.
comment. It's not that you cannot show. It's that it is illegal to carry.
Yeah,
It
it
is
is
illegal
illegal
to
to
carry
carry.
something bigger than 2.5 inches.
It's 2.5 inches. Okay, I
I
didn't
think
know
it's
that.
two and a half
Yeah.
inches. Yeah.
So
5 centimeters? No, wait a minute.
no.
5 centimeters, just under 2 inches. Under 2 inches. Yeah.
So it's about 2 inches. Okay, so
Yeah.
you cannot have a knife that is 2 inches long. Nunchakos, the Taekwondo weapons, the nunchakos,
Oh yeah, I know. I don't know the name
the
in English.
martial
Is that
arts
yeah,
type of
yeah?
things. All of that, you're not
That's
allowed to
considered a
use.
weapon.
That's considered also a weapon here in Spain.
Hmm.
So yeah, there are a lot of things that we do consider a weapon in Spain. So all of
Yeah.
that is not allowed.
And actually, when you go, this is something that I learned the day that I learned about this kid I told you. Remember that
Mhm.
couldn't take the thing with
The Lord of the
him.
Rings
Is
sword.
that, yeah? I learned that in Toledo. They told me that if you buy, even if you go to the hardware store and buy a couple of knives for your home,
Mhm.
if they are that, I mean, longer, obviously, than 2 inches, if it's a knife for your kitchen, you have to have it packed in a card box thing, totally sealed, and you cannot open the box until you get home.
Oh,
If you're stopped by the police, I mean, here in Spain, we're a country that we are not stopped by the police
no.
at all. But if by any chance you are just randomly stopped by a police for any kind of checkup or whatever, or let's say that you buy the thing and you find yourself with a friend and you show that friend on the middle of the street the knife that you bought, if there is a police around and see the scene, you can be in trouble. You can be in trouble. And also you have to have it sealed, packed, and the invoice, because nowadays, the invoice
Yeah.
shows the time when you have purchased whatever,
Mhm.
right? So if that has to be in between the moment you bought it and the moment you get home, you have like a 3 hours to transport
Okay, I
that
didn't know that
that
one.
those knives, yeah, from the store where you bought it to your home. And if you buy it in a touristic place like this, if you have your own transportation, your own car, you have to leave it, as you mentioned earlier before, in the boot of the car, the back of the car where passengers have no access, and just leave it there. Don't take it with you, not even to the hotel, because it is supposedly to be illegal outside of your home to have one of those weapons.
Well, so I think
Yeah.
that's pretty much all we want to talk about. Do you have anything else to add to this conversation?
Yes, I do have
Oh,
something else to add to this conversation, which is not so long ago. Last time I went to the States, a friend of mine took me in the state of, it was Oregon, but it could be in any other state. This person took me into one of these stores that you can buy guns, and I was totally freaked out.
the
Totally
amounts
freaked
and
out.
how easy it is in the United States to buy.
Well, I mean, there is a procedure. Don't get me wrong. There's a procedure as well to buy your guns there, but it's not like almost buying a can of soda or.
Yeah, so it's fairly
No,
easy.
yeah, it's very easy. And the amount of guns, it was like a big supermarket, a big store, everything with all the guns that you wanted and etc. And those that they were in at the counter, they were looking at me like saying, "This weirdo, what's he doing?" So
Shouldn't
apparently, I
know.
wasn't acting like if I was going to buy a gun. It was just kind of looking around like this. No,
My thought being like, oh my God, what is all of
yeah,
this? How,
yeah,
okay, I have one question. Have you ever
yeah.
shot a gun?
I have I don't know the name in English. Those little lead
Perdigones? In the
perdigones.
fair, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh, come on, that's not a gun.
It is when you think about it. It is a gun.
Yeah, but it's a tiny little. Well, yes, it's a gun. I'll take it.
It is a weapon. Let's put it
It's a
this way.
weapon. It's a
It's a
weapon.
weapon,
Yeah,
right? But that's when
that's
the
the
only
okay.
time.
I was gonna say I have never shot a gun, but that type of fair rifles I have.
Yeah.
They're compressed air, like they.
Yeah, it is compressed air guns. That's right.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I've never
that's
shot a gun.
but no, I never done one of those the real things. No, I
Yeah.
never. I have never.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I have another fun fact. I just came to my mind, Francisco. That happened many years ago. Oh my God. I remember what happened. I made a mess with a gun once.
What do you do?
I was at a bar. Okay. I was with some friends.
Okay, we're not. Okay, everybody. Guns plus alcohol equals bad. Continue. Doesn't sound good. How it starts.
I was in no, I was in I was in a it was daytime that I remember, and I was having a beer. If it was a night time, I'd probably be in a club and drinking a cocktail or something like that. But I remember it was a beer. We were a bunch of friends, and one of us said, "Is that a gun?" And then I looked, the little gap under the counter in the outer side of the bars
Mhm.
that they have like a kind of a gap where you can put your umbrella or if you have
Yeah.
a bag or something. So I looked around. It was just there, like about 10 inches away from my belly. It was a pistol. And
What?
then I thought, what the heck is this? So I just shouted out loud. And then the owner just looked at me and said, there is a gun here. And then the owner went pale. He came out. He almost jumped over the counter, but almost.
Shut
So he
up.
looked at the thing. He was about to get it. And I grabbed his arm. And I said, no, don't touch it. Let's call the police right now. Must have been some years because I remember I wasn't carrying in those days my cell phone. I had my cell phone in those days, okay? But it's not like now that if you forget your cell phone at home, it's like if you forgot
Your heart.
your I was gonna say something else, but yeah, your heart, okay? But in those days wasn't that important. So I didn't have my cell phone. He called the police on the landline. So immediately the police came over and they look at it, and the policeman with a broom, the stick of a broom, he grabbed the pistol by where the trigger is, right?
Mhm.
And then he just slipped down the broomstick.
Yeah.
And when he hit the hand of the policeman, he said, "It's a plastic pistol. Come on,
Oh.
it's a fake one." So guess what? All that happened within 5 minutes. Suddenly, a kid appeared from out of the blue. Where's my pistol? Where's my pistol?
You son of a gun.
Yeah, literally, son of a gun.
Literally son of a gun.
Yeah, that is that. Imagine how serious they take that thing here.
Yeah.
Okay,
If I see a gun anywhere, I would not touch it. It's like I don't want my fingerprints
no, no,
around.
no, no, no,
Like
no, no,
forget
no,
it.
no,
It's like no,
never,
no.
never,
Call the
never at
police.
all, never at all. Okay, well, chicos, I think that's all. Francisco, anything else that you want to add?
No, just great talk today. I've learned a lot, and well, as the two of us, I think both of us were pretty much against gun
Absolutely,
owning or
totally,
anything. I know
totally,
it's in America
totally.
and Canada, it's a right that you can own a gun, but here it's very unnatural for us to have a gun.
True,
So,
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
but anyway, great talk. Thank you very much, Jorge.
Thank you, Francisco. People out there, remember Francisco's website is travelingsteps.es.
And Jorge's website is travelingwithjorge.com
And you can see our adventures without guns.
without guns.
I mean, if you get in there, you will connect with us in all the fields. Also, we have the Spanish Luz podcast in Instagram, no spaces altogether, where we weekly post these episodes, and we hope you enjoy. And also, we are in YouTube since a few months ago. Right now, my God, Francisco, time flies, doesn't it?
Oh, I think it's been over a year. So
Oh, yeah, maybe over a year. I can't remember now
I
exactly.
don't know how many
But
episodes.
anyway, if you want to subscribe, that will be, you will be doing an immense favor to us, just subscribing to and share, share the episodes. And well, Francisco, I think I will see you again next week
Hopefully, we'll see each other next week.
with
Everybody,
another interesting
for joining.
topic. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for joining in, and we shall see you next week.
Bye bye, chicos. And as usual, we want to thank all our listeners for being there every week, letting us sharing our talks. Follow us in Spanish Loops in Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite platform.
And in Instagram, you can find us as the Spanish Loops Podcast, no spaces altogether. If you want to find us the quickest way, just Google Spanish Loops Podcast and you will find us. Hasta la vista, amigos.
See you next week.